Glorious day to you, my friends. Kia katara, hisana ati katara. Welcome to day number 123 of being, this blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace, niatarya shahakutoro, this grace of our inner being, of our spiritual nature, nitikyasana, isohutor arhana ikiacha atikatiaryata. Gung Hei Fat Joy, Niatahara Hashkana Hotoro, Happy Lunar New Year, Hishka Ea Hatarya Chaanagata. It is the year of the wood dragon. Again, like the tree energy, the dragon is earth energy and wood is like tree. It wood comes from it. Earth begets wood. So as we generate this tree of life, interesting who that was, came in. So today is day number 13 of Manipura. The imagery they gave me at the beginning is we're spiraling up the Great Pyramid of the Self to the edge of the matrix, this reality. We're going to poke our head through the hub of the Dharma Chakra. We're going to use the Eye of Providence and gain a divine perspective on this reality. Niyatarsana, sho yo okotatita hatana ayeticha. So since we're spiraling, we're using the golden spiral, and it's based on the Fibonacci sequence. During the first 55 days, we're subtly dealing with Vasundhara, the Earth Star Chakra, our root system, and the Annamaya Kosha, nourishment, food. Anna means food, and our layer of ourselves that utilizes this food for energy. And the invitation from that 55-day segment was to place more of our roots into our heart center, into our Brahma Vihara, our house of God, for the true nourishment of our soul and life. The next 34-day segment, another Fibonacci number, we subtly dealt with Muladhara, the root chakra. And we started utilizing the Pranamaya Kosha, this layer of ourselves. It's both our energetic body, our auric field, the pathways of utilizing this prana, the energy, the life force energy in our bodies. But it's also our breath, and it's this life force energy that's outside of us, that's not of this physicality. And the invitation from that 34-day segment was to place more of our foundation into our heart center for a heart-centered life, getting the nourishment and having this foundation. The next 21-day segment, we were subtly dealing with Svadhisthana while still utilizing the Pranamaya Kosha. Svadhisthana, our not our solar plexus, our sacral chakra, the water chakra. Svadhisthana means where the self is established. And it's a 21-day segment. Even though I was referencing the tarot during the 21-day segment, they mentioned it to me finally on day 108, on day number 19 of Svadhisthana. They mentioned, hey, by the way, you went on this fool's journey, utilizing all 21 major arcana along with the fool. We are this fool on this fool's journey. And day number 108, the normal length of a mala, we did number 19, the sun. That is the self, our true self. Nyaka asana ekotorieta. On day number 108. So the guides were on Nyarasana Ata. Not that I planned it that way. Fibonacci, who is Fibonacci's work, this Italian mathematician in the 1500s, went to India and referenced the work of Pingala, who wrote about it. And some scholars believe that Pingala is Patanjali, the same author of the sutras of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Niyarasana iku hate aryashana akutatariyataha. And we spent the other 2 days. We're spending the rest of the 36 days of this 144-day series in our Lotus of Awareness, Yakachana Atukaryatata, dancing like a whirling dervish, spinning around with ease and joy and satisfaction or fulfillment or grace, whatever you want to call it. We're doing it the easy way. As we embody our inner child, our true authentic self. And we're dwelling here in our Lotus of Awareness for 36 extra days to embody more of our true authentic self instead of putting down the mala at the end of 108 and getting up and resuming our lives. During this 13-day segment, this is the last day. It's 13-day segment, the center of the grid of 12, the center of the clock. This, our solar plexus, Manipura, our jeweled city, our intention, our joy, our pleasure. Normally we associate pleasure with our sacral chakra, but Manipura has as much to do with pleasure as it does with joy. Our intention, our willpower, we see it as this solar energy, the fire energy, the inspiration. It's also attached to our egoic mind. As in Svadhisthana, that 21-day segment, we were slowly letting go of the senses of self. Part of our ego, because when we sit in our power and we realize the power of our true self, we can still let it go to our head. And these 13 days of Manipura, as we find out today, according to the tarot, number 13 is the death card. They just re-mentioned the tarot just a couple of days ago when we were Justice on day number 11. And then yesterday, day number 12, the Hangman or the Hanged One, where we're surrendering control. An interesting conversation that I had today. Thank you so much. And thank you, Carolyn, for being there. The conversation was about struggling with peace. I know I need to obtain peace. I know I need to do it. And then just the wisdom that popped in, it's just like, if peace is too hard, if meditation is too hard, let's just try something simple like breathing. Which is why when we're spending time with our inner being for 144 days, we're doing it the easy way. We're going to breathe and we're going to chant. That's it. That's it. We're going to breathe and we're going to chant. And our inner being is going to do all the rest. The inner being already knows how to work with the entire universe. And in this 13-day segment, the justice, some of the things that happen in our conscious mind is that we start reevaluating what are the things that work in our lives, what are the things that don't work, and then what do we do to release the things that don't work, and what do we do to improve the things that do work? How do I reinforce? And if there's things that we want to do, how do we reinforce that in ourselves to move forward without overthinking it? Abraham Hicks talks about, well, think about what you want to create. Well, we're still in the energies of the new moon. Write down what it is that you want to create, that you want to bring and attract to you. Write it down. no matter how possible you think it is, even if it's improbable or if you think it's impossible. If you still want it, write it down. If you still think you want it, write it down. Try engaging in the universe with hope, with inspiration, with positivity, and with the trust in the universe. Start manifesting simple things. To start, if you're beginning manifesting, start with simple things like, I would like to see angel numbers, or I would like to see repeating numbers. I would like to see this. I would like to see butterflies. Well, we're going to have to wait in Rochester for a little bit, but the weather's nice enough. We have tree buds now. It's been nice for a week. And yeah, butterflies, it takes a while for them to migrate here. So what can we do? We write things down, and we do little tests, because we, in our conscious mind, we want to see some results. Some people start saying, I'm seeing 1111 a lot, and they don't understand yet. Well, that just means that you're starting to wake up and be conscious to some of this magic and the possibilities of this universe. So we start doing the easy things and start manifesting it. I want to see more blue cars. Okay, cool. Or you want to see green cars or purple cars or whatever it is. You can. And your people will show them to you. I want to see more people smiling. Well, if we smile, we'll see more people smiling. I pretty much guarantee that one. But this 13-day segment, just like Svadhisthana was a slow letting go of the sense of self, when we drop our sense of self, we stop putting ourselves in this mold of who we are, and our inner being starts shining more. When we stop the mold of who we think we are, our inner being steps more into the forefront. Yes, we can still engage with intention on how we think we want to improve our lives. But if we ask our inner being, what is it that would enrich our lives more, then if we resonate with it, with our conscious mind resonates with it, then we write down, okay, please, my guides, please show me ways that I can do this. When we ask things like that, then maybe ask at night. Write down your list of things that you would like your people to show you, your angels and your guides, and then when you wake up, just immediately write down answers to those questions. It's a simple way, and it doesn't matter what it is. Maybe just start journaling in the morning. This 13-day segment is about the ego. It's about allowing our inner being, number 13, around this clock, this grid of who we think we are, and the 12 dimensions. This is the centerpiece. This is the center of all creation. This is the fountain of joy, the fountain of youth. We're chanting and utilizing the Mala of Joy. Well, the Mala of Joy, we break up the 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12. And each of the 9 groups represents one of the chakras in our Merkaba. Earth star, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, and soul star chakra. Okay, and then we break up each of these 9 groups, the 12 seeds in each of the 9 groups, into 4 groups of 3. And this is modeled after Sama Vritti Pranayama, box breath, where we breathe in for a count of 3, or 4, or 5, or 6. But for the Mala, for a count of 3, then we hold our breath with a full set of lungs for a count of 3. We breathe out for a count of 3, and then we hold our breath with no air in our lungs for a count of 3. It maps to Om Mani Padme Hum. This is us embracing the energy. This is us exciting the energy. This is us emanating the energy. And this is us embodying the energy of each of the chakras, of whatever the ideals are. And this rotary engine, the spiritual engine that we are, rotates this ease and joy and fulfillment, satisfaction, grace. At the beginning, it's satisfaction. I'm satisfied with how easy I'm making life and how joyful I'm making life. Okay. And then it becomes more fulfilling, and then it becomes, we're just this shining light of grace. As we gently tune our vibration. And this 13, this death of the ego, and the death card, sometimes it feels like death when we're going through a change. But once we transition, just like death of this meat sack, once we transition, the physical pain is over. Whatever the pain of the change is, it's over. The change of the death of the ego. And really, this is just, we can call it the death of the ego, or we can call it the death of the sense of control, maybe. Because what we're doing is we're surrendering to the universe. We're surrendering our conscious mind, co-creating with our inner being, co-creating with the universe. Instead of trying to control everything, the first pada in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali are all about, the Samadhi pada, are about the mind, about understanding the mind and gaining control of the mind, or at least understanding when we focus the mind, whether we call it control of the mind or focusing the mind. Once we understand the ways of the mind, then we can start our practice. Sadhana, sadhana, ishanana, whichever way you want to call it, iskanaha ushuyoto uruto, where we practice, become aware of the yamas and the niyamas, ways to focus how we interact with the outside world, and ways to focus on how to interact with the inside world. And then asana, we can't separate asana and pranayama and pratyahara. We can't separate the poses from our breath, from our allowing everyone to rest in their own true nature. At the beginning, it's the withdrawal of the senses. Well, you focus on your mat and you do your poses and you do your breath, and maybe you look around because you want something, but pratyahara is one not judging everybody else who's doing their practice. When you see somebody flying and doing handstands and other things, and you're just doing your thing, maybe at the beginning, because we're caught up in our mind, that's showing off. But then later we understand they're practicing. They're practicing their practice because it's valuable to them to control the jump from down dog to the top of the mat. And some even pop up into handstand and then slowly bring their feet down. Okay, it takes a lot of core and a lot of strength to do that, but you're working on strength at that point. And if I'm not practicing at home and I'm not at a studio, sometimes I'm going to step up. If it's early in the morning and my body is aching from the day before, I'm going to step. I'm not going to hop. I'm going to make sure I'm warming before I hop. But it's about us, and that's all that. You can't separate those three things. And just like when we do meditation, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, it's when we meditate, there's no separation of them. It's holding the thought, allowing the wisdom to happen, to continuing the flow, and then setting our ego aside so that it's the union of those two things, so that we can then, whatever happens then, it's not us because we've set it aside. It's not our ego. And that's the whole idea behind light language, behind channeling, behind talking to angels. That's the whole idea behind mediumship. is you learn to do it, and you learn that it's not you, and then you learn to allow the not you to flow. That's it. That's it. And at the beginning, whatever the mechanism is, as when you first learn Reiki, once you start feeling the energy from the attunement, and then you practice immediately. We teach that we practice right afterwards so you can feel the energy flow. And one of the things I like to do in my level 1 classes is, even before they're attuned, everyone can channel energy. We make a box of energy. So we set up a box, 2 feet by 2 feet box all the way up, and then we ask people to step in, and they're not attuned yet, and step into your box, and then step out of the box. How do you feel? Step in the box. How do you feel? Step out of the box. And if you're not attuned, try it. Just say, I put up a wall here to my left. I put up a wall here to my right. I put up a wall here in front of me, and I put up a wall here behind me, and then I fill it with light, with Reiki, with benevolent energy, with good energy. You can fill it with prana if you believe in prana, and then step into the box. And then sit in the box and feel how you feel. And then step out of the box and feel how you feel. And then step into the box. And right then and there, we're using our feelings to feel the energy. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And with this death, it's the letting go of control, and that's all it is. And today, if we let go of control, and sometimes our ideas of what is this peace? What is this surrender? What is this allowing my true self? What is? If it's too hard, let's take the easy path to it. Okay? Let's make it easy. The KISS method. Keep it spiritually simple. And the KISS method, the ease of it. Okay? And Abraham Hicks, when Abraham Hicks talks about manifestation or anything with life, are you experiencing joy right now? Okay, well, what can you do right now to help you feel joy? Or to help you feel less of that contrast? Because Abraham Hicks, there's two things. We either feel contrast, discomfort, or whatever it is, or we feel joy, abundance, satisfaction, whatever it is, well-being. Do we feel good? Or do we not feel good? And if we don't feel good, our inner being is saying, hey, I have an idea of how to see this situation or this moment as well-being, joy, abundance. And maybe we breathe to get neutral. And then maybe joy. Or other techniques that Abraham talks about is, okay, I've just used my magic wand. I just told the universe what I wanted, and I went pew, 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 pew. Okay? And if this magic wand is giving any anxiety, I wonder when it's gonna come. Did I aim the right way? Did I say the right words when I did my incantation or when I told the universe what I want? If this is causing you worry whatsoever, okay, put it down. You've got everything that you tell the universe, whether you make it in big sentences or in your vibration, it's in your pile of magic wands right in front of you. So pick up anything else that's a magic wand that brings out your joy, that makes you happy. That's what the whole idea behind a gratitude stone is. If it's in your pocket, take it out. And then say, oh, this is my reminder to say thank you about all the beautiful people in my life, all the beautiful things that have happened to me, everything that brings me joy. Let me think about it right now. And then suddenly we're in gratitude and we're in joy. We're enjoying life. And that's how simple it is. That's how simple Ashtavakra talked about on day number 17. We talked about the Ashtavakra Gita. It's about the power of the mind, but it's also the power to decide, also the power to let it be. That's all that asana, get comfortable, pranayama, breathe, allow the physicality of the breath to work with you, and allow the magic of the universe to work with you, pranayama. And pratyahara, I'm on my own journey. Everybody else is on their own journey. Their journey's none of my business. And my heart is my business. And this peace, trying to attain the peace is, if it's hard, don't try. Don't try. Let's try breathing. Let's try something simple. And if that's not enough, let's try something else that's just as simple. Om Mani Padme Hum. Chanting. It's a tool of the mind. Pranayama is a tool of the mind. It's a tool of the body. And once we understand that the way this thing thinks and the way this thing thinks govern everything that we do and the abundance that's drawn to us. Once we understand that, once we understand that this is doing most of the meditation, it's doing most of the manifestation, because all these thoughts are modulated over this frequency. We got to tune the dial to our heart so that this goes over the right frequency. That's all. That's it. That's it. And that's what this 13-day segment is about. It's about letting go. The 108, supposedly, we've tuned the dial to our true authentic self. Now are we listening to that radio message, this radio message of our heart? Okay? And then this 13-day segment's all about, okay, I'm listening, and am I allowing this? Okay, now when I try to apply the wisdom, am I trying too hard? Am I overthinking it? Or are we letting our inner being drive this vehicle of life? Tomorrow we get into the heart center. Yes, we can call it anahata. We can call it hrit. We can call it hridaya. The chakra is documented as anahata, the unstruck. This is this musical instrument that you don't have to. You don't have to beat this drum for it to beat. That's what understanding about this true power of Manipura, our shiny jewel, it's already shiny. We don't have to really do it. We just need to unleash it. Unleash our heart. Unlimit our heart. That's all this is. And we do it the simple way. When we make life we make life difficult. Our third eye loves to create duality. In combination with our ego, our sense of self. We're spending time with our true self, in our true nature. This benevolence, this well-being, this ease, whether we call it sukha, sukino, ease, well-being, true nature, whatever you want to call it. You can call it peace. Peace. Shanti. 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 yakani artukashaya. Nita atarya cha aturata. So we'll do a little light language. Nicha aratana hekora hasana ekia. Hatitoro ura arsuna ekacha ayata. Niti arana hasuka. Nicha hatartukena. Sihikotoro uta. Nisahi akchiti isananaka. Isanahi tariatahana. Kochahor narkusuka chayakita. Si achatu urahna isa echahatuda. Si achihiniata. Kasihi sotoro. Asia ichi. Asinia haiha. Asia suka. Asinia sahiha. Asia prana. Asinia haryatahae. Sohukuchitsona era asana e anahata. Sahia ko o tora anaheara. Achahokori e sana e kahata haryashahanera. Atoda utanahasa era. Hatura arsana ehesha eka acha atukarana. Kata ana hessa siria reana hakutar. Achihi so uka at kata tarshana huayaha. Kasuno utur arsana echa ataryaka. Atuku uhuta ataryashana akata. Echa hutar arhana eratata. Asuhu choro utana heka ashwa. Kasihi tatara anahakwa. Asahana ehera. Asa. Ichohora, kisono utor nehata karesana, kashihasana. Kutur unahasita arshatuko, arkohanata karase echa arta, ichohora arhana asuka, uta usha isahanaya, kichohoroto utanahatuta, kashuhusaya ashuhata. Atukurran aata rishana eriera, harchu oto urhona oko, kashihisaya arranehera, kochodo urha, ase he jaroka. Kaseniti ariashana huku uta, isa kachara artunahera, sihisa echaha, aroho sona oto urhaka, isahna washahi. Yayaka atara chi ayano oro otara Isa ayaka atare konatoda. Siyokuchiro ucha hannihi katara arhano uta. Arshihiara tana erara. Arsuhutor ukahashisa. Atikiti arisotor archihi a tahara arsuku oyara. As we begin to chant, starting off with Aum, which is simply Om stretched into its 3 sound components. Ah for the heart, Ooh for the root, and for the satisfaction, the embodiment, the savoring. And then chanting Om Om, this wisdom in the emptiness, this peace that we are, 108 times using this Mala of joy, and then transitioning with Aum. Breath in for Aum. And Kashinio Dorio Tokora. Should have pushed the button a moment ago. There we go. And a breath in to chant. Om Ma Om. 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 Om. Sai kiana heetara, sai kutoro, oota aatakanayara. Harita ana heeta aatakarashana eha. Haturo oota hana akahe. Hatuto oota aatakarana hatakihi. Kasha hana toro oota aatakaratahe. Shatakatana eta. Kasahea takarata nara. Haruto oota oa hata a. Konoto. Usana hatakita hanata ara na aera. Katura hana ateha. Shatakarata hana atara. Sihi kiadara ana atora. Shaya etara arkana hasuto urto. Shatakarana hatate hitara. Hatoro ota ata hatar harana herata. Hatita katanaha. Shita karota arhishni. Sita tanartua. Saha takarhana etura. Kichana takarita. Katura arna hasita harta. Shetikara taharate yesura. Katana hatar arhana heta. Katura arhana eta harhe. Katana hatakatari suta. Hatur ura kana hawati. Katana hatar. Shahi darti. Kanutoro uta urhanai. Kasuhukar artini hita takarana suta tita. Sihik tiara nahatakarahati. Hatoro urahna hetora. Katina hatar arhana e. Katoro utana hasukira. Atana hasa e harata atanaha. Om ma om. 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 Om from. When you are ready, let us spend time with our inner being, in our true nature, this piece of our inner being, this piece of our lotus of awareness, and utilizing the wisdom of the chants Om Mani Padme Hum. We are the jewel of the lotus. Om Ma Hum. We are the wisdom in this piece. Om So Hum. I am that. All the people I see, all the things I see, all the thoughts I observe. I am that. I am the Om. I am the universe. With this wisdom, we realize there is nothing to know and nothing to see. So let's just spend time in the peace, allowing awareness to be. When you are ready, let us thank ourselves for spending time with our inner being as we continue to chant, transitioning with Aying, which is Kashinodoro Adnadatora, which is simply aim, the Bij mantra of abundance, stretched into its 3 sound components. Ah for the heart, E for the crown, and Ing for resonation with everything and savoring everything. NG is just either the Tibetan way, the Kundalini Yoga way, the Southern India way of saying, a breath in for Aying. Aying. A breath in to chant. So hung, 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 so hung. Last one. So hung. A breath in, frying. I when you are ready, slowly bring awareness back to the here and now. Maybe invite in some gentle movements. Yakanati hatita arhana esahayaka atarata. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Hutura arihanata arkanata etora. Congratulations, my friends. We have completed day number 123. We've completed Manipura, and we've completed the Pranamaya Kosha. Niyatori Ashono Okoroto. Tomorrow we start the heart center. Anahata, Iskana Atukuru Shana Akuturu, or An. They even chimed in. Anahata, there we go. Thank you. Ishkuna Adi Takaratnu Utatisha. Or Chrit, or Hridaya. 8 days in the heart center. 1 petal of Chrit for each day. The unfolding of the aspects of our Brahma Vihara. I haven't recorded the chants yet. We'll do that tomorrow morning. Niaraskana Atura. I haven't done a lot. Anyway. Hi, Johnny. Thanks for joining in meditation. You were right here. And for everyone else, I hope you're easy on me. The excitement of Johnny's energy here in my presence with his power. You're stepping into your power, my boy. It's good to have your excitement around. Many familiar faces are here with me today. I encourage you to journal. Whether you write yourself a note, whether you write yourself an email like I do, as we document it, as we document this, our experience of spending time with our inner being. No matter what they are, the images, the visions that we have, if we write them down, they're messages from our either subconscious, our inner being. Sometimes they come out in dreams. Yes, sometimes freaky dreams, but we can look at the shadow side or we can look at the light side of them. To understand ourselves better, to understand our fears so we can put them away. One thing that caused smiles during meditation was they were talking about the Yoga Sutras and the emphasis. Patanjali wrote 2 sutras about asana. That's it. Ease and comfort. Isana e kotora. Firm and comfort. Firm and easy. And he wrote 2 sutras, the last 2 of Sadhanapad. The last 2 are about pratyahara. The ones in between, I can't remember the count, Iskana Ochori, 6 or 8 or 9, are about pranayama, nitarashana okuryoto, about us focusing and controlling the breath, focusing the breath and working with the breath. Pratyahara, some call it the withdrawal of the senses. And this death of the ego is just about the withdrawal of the sense of the ego, the sense of control. The 21 days in Svadhisthana were about releasing pratyahara, the sense of self, who we think we are. And the 13 days of Manipura are about releasing the sense of control. Because our inner being is our true self, and our inner being is the true control over how we manifest and how we live, our heart center, our heart. And as we spend the next 8 days in the heart mind, in anahata, this nourishment of our breath, our creation. Ha is both this, our breath out, and this creation, our shining our light. That is this hatha. Niyatara anahata arskana iso. Our breath that is, our breath that creates, a breath that creates all of this magic, this power. No, we're not going to talk about what somebody else defined as the 8 petals. We're going to ask our inner being what each of these 8 petals are. What are the 8 aspects of our inner being, the superpowers of our inner being that our inner being wants to show us, that our mind is ready for. And as we allow more of our heart mind to be in our conscious mind, as we allow the alignment of it, the easy way, by breathing, and by chanting, and allowing our heart mind to do the rest. This antakarana, this antarnad, as we listen to this antarnad, this inner sound, the whispers of our inner being. Maybe that's tomorrow. I still don't know what the title of today is. This is the joy of this, that I'm not driving this. That's the whole, the unfolding of this all. And I love how the Fibonacci sequence is aligning. They said 144. Okay. They said align it on a winter solstice. And then I laughed when solstice was happening after the meditation. Okay, so we're doing exactly half, and then the moment of solstice, and then the other half. And then I laughed when we started the day after the 10-10 portal, and we're going to finish the day before the 3-3 portal. 10-10 is like the Hari and the Om, the unlimitedness, both the form and the formless of who we are. And as we step through that, we can understand this true creative process of our inner being. And then when we step out, we're ready to step into the 3-3 portal. This cooperation and collaboration of the 1, the 0, and the 8. The sun, our self, the 0, our heart, and the 8, this earth and the manifestation and creating with it. That's what the 3-3 portal's about. As our ascended master, our true being, true self is. And we go into this wheel of fortune, this 10-10 portal, and we're learning all about ourselves and the power that we have. And today, on this lunar new year, this new year of the heart, of the death of the ego and the birth of the new heart. Maybe that's today's title. The heart of the dragon. Who knows? Birth of the dragon. The death of the ego and the birth of the dragon. Cool. Maybe that's it. Ishana haturu uru tar. Isana hakatadira. So, again, I encourage you to journal. And I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. And shine on. Shine on from your inner being, with your inner being, as your inner being. Make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else?